Hi guys, welcome back to this channel, and for those who are new here, of course my name is Angela, and if you've been following me for a while now, you would know that I was living and working in Qatar for a period of about 3 years. And while it was a very good opportunity for me, that gave me a chance to better myself or to even gain international experience and to also earn some decent amount of money compared to what I was earning here in Kenya. There were also some constraints that of course involved not being able to invite my family to come over there, whether it was for a visit or even to stay. And it was especially difficult for me given that I am a mom of a child, a small child who is 7. It was really difficult to stay away from her for that long period of time. So that said, it got me to thinking of other options, other immigration options that would give me that chance to bring my family along, and especially my child. So during my quest for knowledge to find out information, what options were best suited for me, that is how I came to learn about the Canadian immigration. And I'm going to share with you a few things that I learned here and there as I did my research, the things that I wish I knew just when I was getting into Qatar or just when I was still very new, the things that I wish I did differently, and the things that I wish I avoided as I ventured into this search. So of course, if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is the time to do so, because I'm going to be sharing with you some very enriching knowledge that maybe nobody else is telling you out there. And I know that you might think that maybe this is not something that is for you, maybe because you don't have a good level of education, or maybe you have tried and just thought that it is not for you. I'm going to be giving you the tips and tricks that you can use to better your chances. So don't forget to like this video and also share it with somebody who you think would benefit from this information. So the first thing that I came to learn about the Canadian immigration system is that right now, up to at least the year 2021, which is this year, they were planning to invite around 1 million immigrants, and that is one of the last mass immigrations in the world at the moment. So it is a very good opportunity for you out there to seize. And I know that their system favors highly skilled workers, highly qualified workers, people with special expertise that can help to benefit or to build their economy. So if you are somebody out there with a college degree or with a university degree, if you have a good you have some years of working experience, in fact if you have at least 1 year working experience, if you have a good command of the English language, or if you even have an additional language like French, then this is definitely something that you can look into and see how it can benefit you. So yeah, that is one thing that I came to learn. And it is not like the diversity visa program for the US that is based on it's luck or it's here and there, it's like a lottery. No, for this one, if you are qualified, you are qualified. So there are several pathways into the immigrating into Canada, and one of them could be family sponsorship. Like if you have your family over there, they can sponsor you to go, and then eventually you can become a permanent resident. And of course, not so many of us have relatives out there. I don't even know how many relatives of mine are living abroad. I don't know. So if you don't have family, then maybe that is not, if you don't have family in Canada, then that is not an option for you. The other option is of course going there as a student, and after you finish your studies, you can be given a chance to look for work. And after working for around 1 year, then you can qualify to apply for permanent residency through Canada, a program called Canadian Experience Class. And all these are under the economic program. So under the economic programs, we have the express entry system, which I'll also go into details in another video. There is that Canadian Experience Class for people who have at least 1 year of working experience in her skill types A, B, or O, highly skilled jobs like managerial or maybe administration or stuff. There is a list that I'm going to share later. And the other option is of course through the provincial nominee programs, and this one's like you can be invited by the various provinces in Canada to immigrate to their country, but of course you will have to move to their specific provinces like Ontario, like British Columbia, like New Brunswick, and all these provinces have their own requirements and whatever they look at into like letting you move to their provinces. So all these are options that we are going to look at later in details, that you can of course consider. So if you are still maybe a student, or at least learning never ends, even if you are 30 something, you are 40 something, and you have the money, or even you can get a scholarship to go and study in Canada, then that would be an easy option, especially right now that maybe the immigration like rules are very strict, but at least students are still being allowed to go over there. So you go, you finish your studies, and you work for at least 1 year, then you can start your journey to becoming a permanent resident. So there are so many options, but of course the one that mostly excites me is the express entry, and this one is a point-based system. Right now I'm just going to summarize, but it's a point-based system that you are awarded points according to like your age, your level of education, your language abilities, and that is like your skills in English and in French. So English or French or both. So if you have like skills in the two languages, then you get more points of course. And the other one is of course working experience. So the more years of working experience you have, like the more points you have on the system. So the people that have the highest points with this system then get invited to apply for permanent residency, and the invitations happen every 2 weeks, or at least before this whole COVID thing, they were happening every 2 weeks. People were getting in new invitations, and the processing of the application for permanent residency visa was taking place in around 6 months, or for some people it was even less than 6 months. There were people that got their PR in even 2 months, and then once you get your permanent residency visa, or at least your visa to apply for permanent residency, then you can go and start your journey into the into becoming a Canadian permanent resident, and or eventually a citizen. And the good thing about it is that once you stay in Canada continuously for 3 years, then you can apply for citizenship. And when you apply for citizenship, then you don't have to lose your own citizenship for Kenya. If that is something that is worrying you, you can still have dual citizenship. So of course this is a very good, like, something that you can consider. And if you know me, I really like to share information that can benefit other people, because honestly, why I'm even sharing is because I wish somebody had told me all these details, had given me all these details when I was still much younger. I had the opportunities, the finances, you know. Had I begun the journey maybe somewhere in 2018, right now I would have been very far, because one, I would have known that I need to save up, because to be honest, this entire process is very costly. But if you have a program in place, if you have a savings program in place, or at least you know why you are saving or what you're saving for, then you can save for 3 years, you can save for 4 years, you can save for whatever time. I could have at least started saving earlier. I could have at least started enriching my education earlier. I could have taken maybe an extra course. I could have taken an extra course that would have of course awarded me more points in the system. I could have of course I could have maybe started learning or bettering my French earlier. I could have maybe taken some English courses. I could have taken another a diploma, and all these things would have given me more points, thus bettering my chances of being invited to apply for permanent residency. But because I missed all those things, and these are things that at least you can change, because for age, unfortunately, there is just nothing that you can do about it. Right now, I am going into 36 years of age. So, and this system actually works best. You get the most points up to 35 years. Once you are above 35 years, then you start losing points for age. So, you see, So for me, I'm already at a disadvantage. But you out there who is between the age of 20 and 30, you have the chance of getting the highest points in the system in regards to age. You still have time to better your education. You still have time to study or to better your language abilities. So that's why I'm telling you that this is your chance. So make sure to subscribe and also turn on your notifications so that whenever I upload a new video, then you will be the first one to be notified, because I'm going to be doing this very regularly, giving you as much information as I can, doing as much research as I can, and sharing my own mistakes, my own ups and downs, as I've already mentioned to you earlier. And I am really hoping and wishing that your journey will be so much easier. And one thing before I even go further, do not engage the services of an immigration lawyer or an immigration consultant. Really, you don't need that. You're going to pay very hefty fees, and eventually there is no much that they're going to do for you that you cannot do yourself already. Of course, if you engage them, if you get some good agents, they are going to help you. But essentially, they're just going to tell you that do this, something that if you know how to browse, if you can use the internet, if you can use your phone, if you have a smartphone, something that most people out there right now have, then you can actually do these things yourself. You can watch videos like this to get enlightened. You can learn from other people's experience, but from my experience, do not engage the services of immigration lawyers, because for me, in fact, initially I wanted to move to, I didn't have any mind of checking into the Canadian immigration system. I initially wanted to move to Germany for work. Like I wanted to apply for a work visa to Germany. So in the process, as I was talking to one of my friends, she told me that she and her husband were in the process of applying for a PR for Canada, and that is a permanent residency visa for Canada. So she told me that she's working with an immigration lawyer or an immigration consultant who could help me with my quest for immigrating to Germany. So once I contacted these guys when I was still in Qatar, of course they acted very fast, which they should, but they acted very fast, which made me stop to think for myself, because if at least I took time to think for myself, to research what it is that they are telling me and to see whether it was good for me or not, at least I would have saved myself a lot of money that I ended up wasting, and I still regret to this day. So of course I contacted one of them, which was a very good guy, and he's been very helpful really. But what I'm trying to say is that I really did not need to engage their services, because I had access to internet, I had free Wi-Fi, I had a computer. Like I could have done all those things myself. I could have sought out the information myself. So they asked me to send my CV and blah blah blah. They checked out they checked my credentials, and they assessed my knowledge for German. And at that time, or of course even up to this point, I only have a level 1 certificate for German, which I did well. Of course I got an 85%, but that is not enough to give you like the chance to move to a country where they don't speak English. Like English is not one of their main languages. So they told me that my chances with Germany were slim, and that I was better off with the Canadian immigration system, and that was based on the fact that I had a good command of English, because I had taken some English tests. I have taken TOEFL tests before and I passed, and also because I had a diploma in French, and you know that English and French are the 2 national languages for Canada. So they told me that for you, if you try the Canadian system, and if you can actually get a certain level of whatever, if you can pass English up to a certain level with your IELTS test, then you can at least stand a good chance with the system. So I listened to them. Of course they are consultants, and I cannot really sit here and say that they were totally useless. That would be wrong for me. Honestly, they at least gave me some useful information. My only regret is that I did not have to spend that much money, because I ended up paying them 5,500 Qatari riyals, which is a lot of money. It's around 170,000 Kenya shillings, which would be helpful, you know, right now, that it's money that can not come back to me. But I usually believe that somehow God found a way of giving it back to me, at least if not all of it, but some of it. But yeah, that was part of my experience that I ended up regretting, because once I started, like, they just went silent at some point. Then I would ask them, okay, so what do I need to do next? What do I need to do next? And silent. So at the end of the day, I decided to go into the internet and just try to find out information myself. So you guys out there who are watching this video right now and are interested in in knowing about the Canadian immigration system, then you are very lucky, because it is best to learn from other people's experience other than you learning from your own painful experience. So you are going to get to learn from my own experience and know what to avoid and what to do early in advance, and what not to waste money on, or when is the right time to do your application, and when is the right time to start this entire journey, and everything that you need to know. So I hope this video was informative, and don't forget to tune in. So anyway, I would try and at least be posting these videos 3 or 4 times a week, but just turn on your notifications so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And I hope that this was informative for you, and I wish you all the best in your quest or in your journey to immigrate, or at least just trying to find out information. So thank you so much, guys, for your support, for your prayers, for everything. And I love you, and I wish you all the best, and I will see you on another video. Bye.